Yeah, it's 9. It's 9 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock. Welcome, y'all. Welcome and welcome. I see a few of y'all in the chat. Cast a spell, Travis Majors. Good to see y'all here. Got your umbrellas. I hope they have a hole in them. Dawson and Ethan, man, how y'all doing? If it's a Monday morning, you already know the forecast. We got these beautiful questions down here for you. A few things we're gonna go over. Usually I'm doing the four segments of show. Today there's gonna be 5 segments. After this, I'm gonna stick to 3 segments, but you'll see how it goes. I'm only doing 5 segments because one of them's got 2 parts. But for what you all came for, somebody play that magnificent intro. It's me. It's me. I'm somebody. I'm somebody, y'all. Gotta love that, man. That was a beat by either producer, man. You need a beat? Holla at boy, man. He's hitting it. He's hitting it. You're gonna hear different beats I got from different people. I gotta make a credits roll for the end of the show, so people can, get your little credit out here, man. Cause these folks be putting it in for me. Mr. Martinez, glad to see you here, man. It look like you got the truck at the radio, so you must be driving then. Hey, glad you tuned in. Thank you. All right, y'all. But yeah, like I was saying, man, I'm gonna switch it up to 3 segments because what I want to do is I want to focus on being able to engage with people, right? By next week, I'm gonna have this whole chat thing set down. Like my goal for the week is to figure out this whole new thing called Video Ninja. Well, it's not even new, but it's new for me. So new enough, right? New enough, right? Man, I feel good. Also, for those who don't know, today's my birthday. Today's my birthday. So, if you like, send me a little tip or something, right? Send me some well wishes, whatever y'all niggas do these days, right? Whatever y'all niggas do these days, send that shit to me. Holla at your boy, man. What we want to start with today? You know what we're gonna start with. As usual, I like to reintroduce y'all to the things you already know, which are the deities. Me personally, left-hand path occultist. This is what I'm teaching consistently. I don't know about the Cash App, man. I don't know about the Cash App. Because all these folks getting hacked, man. All these folks getting hacked. Send me your Cash App tag. Let me send you $500. I'm like, nah, bro. Chill out, bro. Chill out. I don't even know you like that. And then folks be like, oh, man, my account got hacked. Why you think your account got hacked? Because you out here just throwing your little Cash App around. Nah, not me, man. Not me. And besides, I'm trying to get out of fiat. You'll see. Anyways, I want to start this out like I usually like to start this out. We're going to talk about the deities, okay? All the new gods are out here. You'll get a little bit of a taste of what I'm talking about. But you want to tap into the gods in their new forms, all right? More especially, you want to be creating your own deities. My roommate had got hacked for 4K. See? Woo! Got him good. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. There's all kind of crazy stuff out here, man. Y'all figure something out. Hold that stuff down. Appreciate the birthday wishes, y'all. I appreciate the birthday wishes, man. Pisces, Aquarius, Cuss in the building. Gang, squad. If you know what I'm saying. Yo, we're gonna get into this. Y'all enjoy this. Have a taste of this shit, man. A popular kami within the Shinto tradition of Japan. Despite his connection to death, destruction, and chaos, today I'm asking this question. Who is Raijin? With origins that can be traced back through both India and China, Buddhist cosmology classifies Raijin as a demon who protects the Dharma. In the Japanese tradition, however, Raijin is a deity of thunder and lightning. He often appears alongside his brother Fujin, the god of the wind, and or the lightning beast named Raiju. Raijin is a protector of temples and a bringer of rains, and it is even said that when Japan is going through drought, the cause is Raijin slacking off or being imprisoned somewhere. Raijin is usually seen as a huge horned spirit that resembles an oni. His face is usually depicted as fierce and aggressive, sometimes downright gleefully destructive. He rides atop a dark cloud, creating thunder by beating his drums and throwing bolts of lightning where he will with his four-fingered hands. Even still, Raijin is depicted with a large halo, signifying his holiness or divinity. Raijin was born right alongside his brother Fujin from the rotting corpse of his mother Izanami, when their father Izanagi had sought after his wife in the land of the dead. Izanami and Izanagi are the pair of creator deities in the Shinto tradition. However, they weren't the first to come into existence. Upon Izanami's death during childbirth, she was transported to the underworld called Yomi. Izanagi, unwilling to accept the passing of his wife, sought after her in the shadowy depths of Yomi. When he finally did find her, he could barely make out the form of his beloved in the darkness. All that aside, and happy to have found his wife, Izanagi asked Izanami if she would return to the world of the living with him, but she informed him that she had already eaten the fruit of that world, and that the only way she could leave was for her to personally ask permission. Izanami asked of her husband Izanagi to patiently wait for her, and not to look upon her appearance while she went and sought after the permission that they both needed. Now, at first, just as stories go, the husband did what he was told and waited patiently. After a time, however, Izanagi eventually lost his patience and cast the light of a fire upon his beloved that he might see her. He was horrified at what he saw. Izanami was a rotting corpse covered in maggots and other flesh-eating insects. Izanagi fled back to the world of the living, while Izanami gave birth to and set more of her children in pursuit of their horrified father, as Izanami cried out for her beloved husband for him to return to her. Izanagi managed to escape Yomi and closed off the portal with a boulder before all of his children, but two, made it into the land of the living. Those two children were Raijin and Fujin. Even today, some Japanese parents tell their children to hide their belly buttons during thunderstorms. This is due to a folk belief that Raijin sometimes eats the navels of abandoned children, and in the event of thunderstorms, parents would tell the children to hide their navels to avoid being taken away. Right? Beats on point. Gotta hit him with the story. Yo, thank y'all for the birthday wishes, man. I appreciate it. Dynamic Heretic, good to see you in here, man. Hey, gotta catch it. You already knew what the forecast was gonna be. You already knew it. Misha X, thank you for the birthday wishes. Good to see you in here as well. Make sure you stick around. Share it with people. Let motherfuckers know. You can give me the like and the subscribe if you want to. But really, you want to help out? S.O.S. Share or spend, man. That's how I go. And the consultations will help you. I'm going to get into the consultation a little later. But I want to throw this out here, okay? Because, like I said, there's a reason I like to start out with the deities, okay? Bobby Hemming used to do his thing where he, what's it called? Libation. He out here spitting liquor everywhere. I got my coffee, but I don't want to spit my coffee out. But I felt compelled to talk about this. I was watching Travis Majors' live stream yesterday. And he mentioned something about demons, okay? And it's a very pertinent point. A lot of people will just say demons, and all this stuff is basically is going to be determined by how you define and frame your reality, okay? This is why it's part of the reason I tell people to get into the new gods, Because you can say, oh, this is what I mean for a demon, and this is what I mean for a demon. And okay, it's cool, do whichever you want. But how you're choosing to frame the idea is what's going to move you forward or propel you or to have you seeing it in a different way. The only reason I tell people, is just put the demons down for a minute. Like, it's a good place to get started because you're coming out of Christianity. It's part of how you've already been framing the world. I tell you, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. If this is what you've been doing, okay, lean into that. You know, some people will just do demons just to be getting a one up on Christians somehow. Like, oh, look at me, I'm spooky and demon. But like, there was so much more to this shit. Like Raijin, this is what I'm saying. Like Raijin, he was a demon. Well, you can classify him as a demon. In the Shinto religion, he was a kami. But like even him, he was a divine being with the halo. If you get into the Tibetan or the Buddhist religions, there's Mara. Okay? Now Mara, he's like ultimately the adversary of all the Buddha. Every Buddha who rises, Mara's there to test him, to try him. But Mara's not just some lowly, mean, cruel thing that's sitting at the bottom of some well somewhere. He's a divine being. You had to have a lot of karma to be Mara. Okay, you had to have a lot of, there was even a Buddha who was once Mara. See, man, these guys, like some of this stuff is positions, it's titles. It's not some objective spooky fuck thing out there. You got to lean into this shit. Like, listen to the stories. Well, you can listen to them now because they got audiobooks and stuff. But read the stories, read their mythologies. If some dude came up to you and say, hey, man, I know you, but don't know nothing about you, don't know none of your theology, don't know what you like, where you come from, what you do, how you do it, don't know none of your theology, that motherfucker don't know you. And y'all talking about these demons, these deities. Nah, man, get in here and read this stuff. Figure out the stories. Don't you have to figure it out no more. Just talk to it. Read this stuff. It's there. David, good to see you back, man. Good to see you back. And thank you for the birthday wishes, man. A Buddha who was once Mara. Exactly, bro. It's some serious stuff. Like, you get in here and once you start to figure out the theology of these things and how they've been in the past, you can see them in the future. You can see them in the present, okay? Anansi. Anansi was a spider deity on the African continent. There's plenty of different cultures that believed in Anansi and worshipped Anansi and whatnot. But what you got now? You got a whole Spider-Verse. Chill out, man. You got a whole Spider-Verse. And don't try and correlate it just as a one-to-one basis. Because if you ever seen the show American Gods, it's based on a book. The book was really good. Shadow Moon is an awful character. I hate Shadow Moon. Probably written well, but he's a terrible character. Anyways, there's a whole Spider-Verse. You go back to American Gods, they even shows you in there. There was different types of Jesus. All right? There's Jesus when he was a little kid. Jesus at 33 when he started his ministry, Jesus up on the cross, Jesus in the cave dead, Jesus risen, Jesus as the Father. If you've seen the Father, you've seen the Son. I'm telling you, man. Like, one example I like to give for people and for my clients in consultations is Legba. Okay, Legba, you got the black, red, and white, right? He's the opener of the way, crossroads, gateways, portals, right? What's something everybody's using these days? Black, white, and red. We're doing it right now. You're looking at me on it right now. YouTube. Come on. That's a new form of Legba right there. How many things would you never have gained access to without YouTube? Just saying, man. See, don't get caught up in the story of the physical world. See through it. In the world, but not of it, man. You got to actually lean into this stuff and challenge your own understandings of things. Not just be excited because you're not a Christian no more. Y'all niggas a Christian 2.0. Oh, yes. Thank you for the birthday wishes, y'all. I really appreciate it, man. Oh, yeah. Especially my wife, man. She out here trying to make it good. Me, I'm just sitting around. I don't care, man. Give me something basic. I'm chilling because I'm always chilling. But, I appreciate the effort, man. I really do. I really do. All right, where was I trying to go next? Oh, yes. All right, I'm going to give y'all a little sprinkle of the masculinity. This is going to be a real quick one, real simple stuff, man. But I got to make sure I find a way to incorporate this more into my consultations because, I'm a consultant, so I don't just offer consultations. It's what I do. But I'm also a left-hand path occultist. This is what I teach. This is what I talk about. But in terms of putting the man back in manifestation, in terms of the corporeal side of the chaos, you talk about chaos being, well, there's the chaos and the being. You got to figure out the being part. And it's not just meat bag, okay? This is the bottom of it. This is the bottom of it. I'm not telling you throw the baby out with the bathwater. I'm saying there's more to it. The devil's in the details, as I always say. Anyways, though, yeah, man, this whole spiritual stuff, man, it's been feminized. It's terrible. It's terrible, man. Y'all, you seen white Jesus and white God, and you're like, oh no, this is the masculine. I gotta run far away and get into the feminine. Like, telling niggas to dive deeper in their feminine when they've been raised by all women. Come on now, slow down. This man don't know what he's doing, and you wonder why he's so dissatisfied. You need to stop telling all these dudes to do whatever they want to, and give some structure. Give some structure. Anyways, I'm gonna get into that after we talk about this. All right, y'all gotta listen to it. Y'all gotta check me out, man. Check me out. Like I say always, don't believe me, just watch. Intersexual dynamics is always a hot topic issue. And without cultures and religion, the topic gets hotter for lack of guidance. My question, however, are men and women equal? I have 3 principles when it comes to masculine medicine. The second of these principles is, we are not equal. Men and women share many similarities in certain respects, but that almost goes without saying. What does not go without saying is that where we differ very much. And if you ask me, I'd say for good reason. But this isn't necessarily about my opinion. Now, I get hate when I say this, but I think it's something that men really need to comprehend in a nuanced fashion. Women are the children of the adult world. Now, let me tell you what I mean by that. Obviously, first and foremost, it does not mean that women are children. If I wanted to say that women are children, I would simply say, like I just did twice, women are children. Women are the children of the adult world. Within the realm of adults, women are to men as children are to their parents. Many of the needs and expectations a child would have of a parent, women also have of men. Protection, security, sustenance, guidance, and even mentorship. To keep it as simple as I can without a list of different descriptions, the masculine is the archetype of power, order, and strength. Now, honestly, this conversation could go many different places, and I intend to in different segments. For right now, the takeaway is that what men require and need from women is not the same thing as what women need and require of men. Said differently, what's good for the goose isn't necessarily good for the gander. Now, as not to get too confused with the theory side of things, I'll add the lesser aspect of the principle, which is essentially the practice. Patrice O'Neal would agree with me when I say, it's never her fault. She's reacting to you. Now, right off the bat, this is in no way, shape, or form a suggestion that women do not possess agency. They most certainly do. What I am saying, though, is just like with children, they learn more from you than they are willing to admit, and many of their actions are based on following you. And please do keep in mind, I'm not suggesting that you somehow owe all women or every woman anything at all. In most cases, fuck that bitch. My takeaway for you as a male, within the realm of it is what it is, don't hold your breath on women being accountable. But more than that, you shouldn't need them to be accountable. We are not the same creature. Like I said, we can and will get into this discussion in different segments. But for now, I'll leave you with this. Don't expect women to be what men are. They're what women are. And that's exactly how it's supposed to be. Love that beat. My cousin made that beat. I don't even know what moniker he goes by these days. But once again, once I get this credits thing rolling, cleansing with the Kundalini fire, man, that spiritual sip be killing me, bro. That spiritual sip be killing me. And see, look, this is part of what I'm talking about. Thank you, Travis. Thank you, Travis, for reminding me about that. Yes, Dawson. That's what some nigga said, bro. I should have had the post. I know. No. Who was it? Oh, come on. Oh, Omnis Strong on Instagram. That nigga said that shit. Look, the spiritual simping is outrageous, bro. This yoni worship is ridiculous. More especially if you don't know about the lingam. If you don't know about the lingam, well, stop. Cause that yoni don't do that special thing till that lingam come around. I'm telling you right now, they don't just pop out babies. Look, without the lingam, what you gonna do? Bleed? Leave me alone, man. Leave me alone, bro. I'm serious. Like, look, all jokes aside, man. All jokes aside. Men and women are different, man. Men and women are different. And I think a lot of people get caught up in the whole, more especially the whole human stuff, but the idea that we're cultured and civilized, you know, we're part animal in this shit too, man. The vessel is animal, all right? Point blank, period. It may be used for some divine shit. Your boy, look at me. But for real though, it's you can't ignore that. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Okay? Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. This is what I want to say. There's some serious confusion around the idea of masculine and feminine versus male and female. All right? The devil's in the details. Yes, they confuse females with this divine femininity stuff. And like, you don't get points for just having a vagina. If that was the case, that piece of chicken you ate last night should have got some points. Right? Right? Let me guess, it must be divine to be eaten by you. You know what they do to little male chickens, right? Oh, you got a dick. In the trash. In the trash. But hey, look, the males are disposable. It's part of the burden of performance. I talked about this in a segment, but I'm going to have more segments about it. As I'm saying that though, masculine medicine, okay? 3 principles. Each principle has a practice and a theory side to it. Okay? When you're dealing with actual instruction on how to do things, you need the practice and the theory. Some people try and jump straight to the practice on shit. Okay, well, what do you want me to do? What am I supposed to do? You need to know the theory behind why you're doing what you're doing. All right? Because if you don't have the theory or the philosophy behind the shit, it's vanity. It's just copying somebody else, okay? So yeah, some of the distinctions between, well, it's real simple, really. You just gotta remember, the devil's in the details. Masculine and feminine are not male and female, okay? You start out with the triple blackness of space, which is 0, which is infinite potential, unexpressed, okay? Now there's a reason it's called triple. It isn't just a fancy name. Oh, triple blackness of, oh my God, that's so spooky. I gotta get in it. No, there's a reason, okay? Just like it's called the great mother sometimes, there's the great father and the great child, okay? It's triple. I'm gonna have a segment where I get it in specifically to the triple blackness of space, but remember, it's triple, okay? From that triple unexpressed infinite potential, when it expresses as male, female, and child. Okay, well, not male and female, child, masculine, feminine, and then male and female. The child is the manifestation of male and female. Okay, male is the reservoir for the masculine, and female is the reservoir for the feminine. Okay, anything that the masculine does not contain, the feminine will, and vice versa. They define one another. Okay, masculine and feminine define one another the same way fire and water define one another. Male and female contain one another, okay? So any expression of male or female will also contain parts of the opposing side, okay? Male and female are androgynous, but masculine and feminine in the triple blackness of space are not androgynous. Why? Because in order to be androgynous, you have to have a combination of the two. At 0, there's nothing to be combined. It's unexpressed. But then you have male and female, which are the first expressions of these, masculine and feminine, which are the first expressions of these things. And so before you can combine them, they have to express and manifest. Okay? They only begin to combine themselves in the child, which is going to be male and female. Okay? It unfolds. Okay? It unfolds. You got to take your time with this stuff. Don't. It's not here for your pride to feel good. Oh, I have a yoni. Well, what's it doing? What you doing with your yoni? What you doing with your yoni? Huh? I seen a dog the other day. That motherfucker had a yoni. What? Half of everything on the planet got a yoni. It don't make it special. The other half of everything got a lingam. Right? Okay, so chill out. Slow down. All the divine, I wanna lick the nectar of the great mother. Chill out. Just say you want to eat some pussy. Just say it. You don't have to mystify mundane stuff. Bodies have been having sex for the longest. You don't have to sit here and try and make this some type of a tactic to get you some pussy. Look how spiritual I am. Oh, yeah, get some pussy. I mean, yoni. Chill out, bro. Hell yeah, hell man. Look, Travis, the triple black segments are gonna come, man. I love working on these segments, man. This stuff is fun for me. It really is. Last night I was working on B-roll for stuff. I really do enjoy it. It's not even because I'm going to show it to y'all, just because I love creating it. But showing it to y'all is part of that. So I'm here for the engagement, man. I'm here for the engagement. And Trav, most certainly, man, when I figure out this video ninja thing and I can show you how to do it, you'll be able to do it, man. It'll help you, because Zoom, I don't want to have to keep paying for Zoom. I don't like Zoom. I already killed my subscription. I'm about to get this thing going today. Like maybe not today because today's my birthday. I'm chill a little bit, but this week, like that's my goal, is to get that shit. Oh, did I want to say anything else? Oh yeah, but seriously, y'all, I gotta get into the masculine stuff, man. I gotta get in here. All right, society ejects. All right, I don't know. I've seen you before. Welcome to the stream, man. Welcome to the stream. Hope you got your umbrella and it better have a hole in it. Whoo-wee. I don't even have no music yet and I'm dancing. All right, so next thing I want to get into. Right? You hear this a lot. I'm gonna go message, not the messenger. I'm gonna do it. You hear this a lot. Fake it until you make it. You know what? Ain't gonna say nothing. Don't believe me? Just watch. What time I'm sitting on? Oh yeah, I'm doing well right here. Look, don't believe me, just watch. Now, I have heard from various occult teachers and practitioners that invest in the idea of fake it until you make it. My question today, is that wise advice? These days, spiritual posing is at an all-time high. And you know what? For good reason. The standard of the day is everybody's right in some kind of way at the end of the day. Now, I won't outright say this is incorrect. What I will say is this. At the end of the day, there isn't an everyone. Hell, there isn't even an anything. So what are you really talking about? Said differently, on the level of analysis at which everyone is right, not only is everyone also wrong, but there isn't even an everyone. There isn't anything, which is why statements like that are not only redundant, but generally a sign of someone who doesn't know what they're talking about. And more often than not, a tactic at avoiding accountability of just that. Look, in all honesty, fuck the end of the day. What you do now at high noon will have more of an effect on what happens at the end of the day, as opposed to attempting to fortune tell about the future outside of the seed you're sowing. Here and now, as in the physical life, there is a correct and an incorrect. Not everyone is going to be right. That includes you. Any claim that everyone can be right strips right of all meaning it had. Hell, it's obvious that anyone who says something like that doesn't know what right means. There is value in seeing that you've been wrong, but that value is locked behind your drive to actually acknowledge where you're incorrect. Then, on top of that, with all the faking it, how would you even know when you make it? This idea that you just kind of end up at the spot, once again, I won't say it's outright incorrect. What I will say is it's an oversimplification to the point of incorrectness. If you were ever going to actually fake making it, well, you'd have to actually know what making it looked like in order to attempt that endeavor at all. Said differently, without a set archetype for success, the person faking it will inevitably mimic their instructor until they become their instructor. This isn't to suggest, though, that these instructors intentionally are looking for that kind of outcome. In fact, and in general, I think that these same teachers and instructors would implore their students to do the exact opposite. What I am suggesting is that these teachers and instructors have unintentionally and maybe unknowingly misguided their pupils. Said differently, these teachers and instructors have failed their pupils by not setting out an archetype for success. Without that, the idea of faking it till you make it don't work. Look, Jesus is a perfect example in Christianity. They set up an archetype of success for you to strive to, not to actually attain. So, if not fake it, then what? What alternative am I offering with my liberal serving of criticism? What asshole. My suggestion isn't to fake it, but to face it. Lean into what you would otherwise avoid. Not simply in your day-to-day physical life, but more especially in the way in which you agree to perceive your reality, and in the thoughts you are allowing yourself to think. I'm not saying don't allow yourself to think certain thoughts. I'm saying lean in to thinking whatever thought. If your aim is truly to, as they say, make it, and not simply fake it. You have to set out immediately on the parts of yourself that are faking it. As I'm sure you know, the only thing that can stop you is you. But, as I so often say, what is you? The devil is in the details. Human is the lie. Not Homo sapien. I didn't say Homo sapien. I can say Homo sapien. Human is the lie. If you don't understand something, don't lie to yourself about it so that you can feel good. Yeah, it sounds easy to say that, but it's not. Don't waste your time making yourself weaker as a general trend of your existence. Risk having the type of sanity that those who cling to the physical world would never imagine, that they would call insanity. Risk going too far. Otherwise, you'll never know how far you could go. Lean in to the fact that there's a weight to move and move it. Lean into the fact that there are enemies up ahead and slay them. Instead of redundantly affirming yourself that I'm all things and everything is all right, I'm gonna be okay. I consistently like to remind my clients that the darkness is subtle. By its very nature, it tends to go unnoticed. It's okay to not have understood this, but pretending to be right without giving yourself the possibility of being incorrect is delusional. Risk being and having been wrong. Now, I'll end the video on this point. When you're playing a video game and you're lost, the best way to find how to get to the next level is to seek out the controversy of the enemies. Because wherever they are, that's probably how you get to the end of the game. Moving through that will inevitably place you at the next step in your journey. This beat is hitting. I love this shit. I love this shit, man. I love that beat. Thank you, Ethan. Yo, Serious Sut 888. How you doing, sir? How you doing? Hey, it's fire, man, but it's a shitstorm out here, man. I hope you brought your umbrella. Holes in it, sir. Holes in it. Darkness is subtle by its very nature. Yes, sir. It tends to go unnoticed. You know, Trav, once again, I was listening to your live stream yesterday. And you guys were, well, I think it was specifically you. I love it when it's just you talking and it's not other people talking. I can stick around for it. I love that stuff. Anyways, you were talking about the single raindrop, you know, falling back into the ocean and realizing it was never separate from the ocean at all, you know, and I do not disagree. I do not disagree. But like I say, the devil's in the details. Like I want to add on to that conversation because the way I see it is if we don't progress the conversation beyond that, people are just they're gonna eat up that pride. They're gonna eat up the pride and of feeling, oh, I'm all things and I'm everything, you know. And you know, once again, this isn't a criticism of you, because it's more so an analysis of the conversation and where it's going. Because that's my thing. That's why I'm telling niggas to debate. Because if you don't, and we all just agree and stuff, it doesn't change anything. All right. If fire and water just agreed, you never have earth and air, ever. Okay, but anyways, this is what I was thinking when I was listening to that. I was like, okay, ultimately, yes, that raindrop is part of the ocean. But there are two other things that I wanted to add to that. Because I think that if we leave the conversation there, it throws the baby out with the bathwater. This is what I mean by that. What brought about the raindrop? You see, people are trying so hard to run away from illusion and be limitless, you know, that they miss the subtlety of illusion. They miss what illusion is. See, illusion is what moves the one thing that's everything from being just that. Okay? Like how people will get out here and they'll be so proud to be like, oh, I can do anything now. Newsflash, assholes. You could have always done anything. What have you been agreeing to? See, that's the details. What do you agree to, and what are the effect of that agreement? All right, like this, the raindrop. What about the cloud? What about different types of weather systems? You know, not just that. You got creeks, streams, rivers, ponds, fucking lakes. Underwater streams and currents. Like you get back into the ocean, it's not just a big pile of water. There's densities to that shit. There are things living in it. All right, there are dynamics that are caused by the earth that shift and move the water to bring about that illusion of the raindrop, the stream, the creek, the whale and fish in the ocean, the salamander on the land, the bird in the sky, the entire. Well, I think it even goes into the densities of the stratosphere. I mean, because look, illusion is not your enemy. Illusion is not your enemy. Think about it like this. You got the one thing that's all things. And I'm not directing this to Trav, by the way. I was just talking to him because he had the show, you know, and it's where I was thinking about it yesterday. But you got the one thing that's all things, right? It's infinitely one thing. All right, there's no place that it is because that's something other than the one thing. There's no thing that it thinks because thinking is something other than the one thing. There's nothing it feels, nothing it does, nothing it has. All those things are something other than one thing. It's infinitely one thing. How is it ever anything else? Illusion. Illusion is necessary. Otherwise, it's as inert as it was at zero. Because what's the only thing that's outside of the one thing that's everything? Nothing. The no thing, which is zero. Come on, man. The devil's in the details. I'm telling you, man. David, I really need to unpack my agreements. I have no idea what I have accepted. Exactly. See, this is where you got to get into it because people will get out here and they that pride, they feel so good. I'm not a Christian anymore. I'm in the truth. Nah, bro. Chill out. The devil's in the details. The devil is in the details. You got to get in those details because the fine print is what makes the contract. And what makes the law? Contract. Contract is law, not policy. Politicians make policy and they enforce it with police. Come. Get into the details. What are these things coming out your mouth? See, babies use words like, look, baby wants he may want some apple juice, right? But all he knows is Wawa. This nigga gonna get water. You get what you ask for. I'm telling you, you get what you ask for. But if you don't know what you're doing, you're gonna end up with all kind of stuff. This is why I love the details. You talking darkness, the details. It's not just, oh, I have a dark side to my personality. No, the details. Illusion, yes, densities of that stuff. Look, densities in its expression. Densities are like the raindrop, the ocean, the different places in which water will collect. All right. Yes, and then the ocean itself has densities to it, because the water at the bottom and the middle and the top aren't the same quality of water. Yes, they're all water, but they're not the same quality of water. And the details, man. I'm telling you, you gotta love illusion. Illusion is what we agreed to. Why would I fight my own agreement? Illusion makes this shit fun and painful. Ooh, yes, ma'am. Yes, Castus. And see, this is the thing. What happens when you fight your own agreement is that you're in dishonor. Get into law. You're dishonoring your agreement. That's when you go into jail. That's when you got to pay that money. You dishonoring. That's when you gonna hear from the ego. Oh, the ego did this. No, I'm the ego. I'm telling you. I'm right here telling you. No, that's not the case. Most of what you fighting is shadow stuff. I'm telling you. And it's only shadow stuff because you agreeing to the thing is a weapon the shadow can use against you. You're agreeing to it. Like, to the degree to which you believe you're an adult, you're grown, you're mature, you're the part of you that's still childlike is in that shadow. And it's going to dominate because the idea of yourself is dominated by the idea of you being mature. Until you can distill that out of there, that's what it's going to be. So you got this little badass kid running around picking up weapons that you left sitting there. The only reason somebody can say, hey man, you ugly, is because it might hurt. Like if I say, hey man, you got a shirt on. Huh? Okay. Not a weapon, right? But if I say, oh, hey man, your breath stink. Get the fuck out of here, man. I'm telling you, when you're in dishonor with your agreement, yes, when you're in dishonor with your agreement, there's honor and dishonor. Well, I have to do a segment on that too. I'll probably have to make a series of segments about law, because it's serious, man. It's serious. Contract is law. What are you agreeing to? See, that's how the ego works. What do you tell me what's real? Please, master. Please, boss. Tell me what's real, sir. Tell me what's real. Oh, this is my soul. My soul? Ah, you just made a distinction. I don't have to tell you. You the king. You supposed to know this. You supposed to know how that works. Have y'all ever read the Prince and the Pauper? Really good book. My point in bringing it up though is that when the two little boys switched places, all right. If you've never read The Prince and the Pauper, just go look it up, please. Small book. It's a classic text in terms of our atmosphere being colonized. But anyways, when the king and when the boy and the prince they switched places, right? Everybody in the castle thought the prince was insane because they're like, he's not doing things that princes are known to do, that they're supposed to do. You know, y'all still talking about I'm royalty. You don't know shit about royalty. You don't know shit. And you don't even know that you don't know. Why? Because you ain't questioned it. You ain't questioned whether or not you actually know what the fuck you talking about. It's that pride. I'm telling you, my kids are fucking y'all up, man. My kids are fucking y'all up. But yeah, the law series. Yeah, dynamic. I'm gonna have to get into it, man. I'm gonna have to get into it. Not simply who is you, but what is you? Who is a form of what? You ever seen the movie V for Vendetta? He said it perfectly. When a little white girl was getting beat up in the alley, he came and saved her. And she's talking to a man in a mask. And she goes, who are you? Well, what I am is a man in a mask. So it's kind of funny that you're even asking me. Come on now. Come on now. What is you? And then, are you agreeing that that's a statement or a question? I'm telling you, man, the devil's in the details. The details. The ego's going to be doing whatever you tell it to do. The ego is not your enemy. It's your highest servant. Your highest servant. It's like Metatron. You know Metatron? Probably don't know Metatron. You've heard the word. You think you know because you heard the word. Look it up, man. Get into the mythologies. Get into the theologies. Find out where this stuff comes from. Don't just be impressed that you're not Christian. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. So, fake it and don't face it and don't fake it. All right? If you don't know what making it looks like, how would you ever know you're making it, you know? Because look, I'll tell you right now. I used to be a panic pretender. That's why I can make the memes about it. That's why I can make fun of that stuff. I know exactly what it was like to be that. All right? And if you don't set your students up with an archetype for success, they're going to fail. Now, me personally, I love to watch you motherfuckers fail so I can slay you, get that nice piece of dead wood off of you, and eat it for myself. I'm the collector of dead wood. That's what I do. I prune back the shit that's on you that you don't need. You're a plant that needed to be pruned years ago. You're like 90% dead wood. Let me get that off of you. Let me get that. It's what I do. It's what I do. No, this is my branches. I need these. No, you don't. No, you don't. Shut up. No, you don't. Let me do this. Now start to grow from there. Cut back all that stuff that you thought you were. All this stuff you done built up that ain't you no more. It never was. Cut that off so that that nice 10% that you can grow from there. Please, man. Please. This is what I do. I'm the collector of dead wood. This is why I'm here to prune you back. So me, the most I'm going to do in terms of giving you an archetype for success, I'm going to say what I keep saying here. What is you? Question or statement. Get into the details. But what I am going to do is give you plenty of archetypes for failure so that you know to avoid them. They're pit traps. They're pit traps? Pit traps? Pit traps? Pitfalls. There we go. Pitfalls. They're pitfalls. All right? Like the panic pretender. I was a panic pretender. This isn't a shot at panic. It's a shot at pretending to be panic. I know. I've been there. You don't want to do it. Why he even tells you not to do it? You don't want to copy your teacher. You don't want to become your teacher. You want to become what you are. All right? But if you don't know what making it looks like, faking it is only going to get you right there. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. You need to immediately challenge the parts of yourself that are faking it. That little thing in the back of your head was like, I really don't believe this thing I'm doing. I don't really know what's going on. I don't know what this is. Look it dead in the eye. That motherfucker might have a point. For real. Risk going too far. Otherwise, you'll never know how far you can go. Challenge yourself to the point where, hey, you might actually give all this shit up and go back to Jesus. Try it. deeply. I'm telling you, face it. Don't fake it. Face it. If you out here and you say you doing this stuff, look that shit dead in the eye and say, okay, what you got to say, bro? I done heard you back here whispering, man. Now you ain't gonna be chasing me through my own psyche. What you got? What you got? Lay it out. Lay it out. If that motherfucker asks you a question, answer it. I don't care what the answer is. Answer it. Because a question without an answer is a statement. A question without an answer is a statement. Oh man, why I ain't clean my room last night? Statement against yourself. I just paused. The video didn't skip. Well, it might have skipped on your end. I don't know. But I just paused. For emphasis, right? Question without an answer is a statement against yourself. Chill out. Oh man, why I ain't clean my room last night? Because I'm a dirty nigga. I don't care what the answer is. You can do something with that. You can do something with that. A question without an answer is a statement, and a statement does not warrant an answer. You got to get into it, y'all. You got to get into it. So yeah, I'm going to give you archetypes for failure. That way you're going to see when you're failing. I'm going to just cut it off there, get my little tithe, get my little piece of dead wood, because that's what I do. That's what I do. And I'm good. See, not everybody's all fluffy and love and light out here, man. That ain't how it go. That's not how it has to go. Well, yeah, I'm gonna get this engagement thing going, man. I'm gonna get this thing where motherfuckers can come in and talk, come in and see me, you know, come in and say their piece. And especially, man, this is what I really want. This is what I really want. Please give me the smoke. You got the CQC? CQC? Comments, questions, and concerns? Yeah, close quarters combat. If you play Metal Gear Solid, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, CQC, man. Comments, questions, and concerns. Or you got the close quarters combat. Just give me the smoke, man. I don't care. Like, whatever I said, challenge it, please. Challenge it. Like, I'm gonna get to a point where I'm not even gonna just be saying stuff that I know to be true. I'm gonna just start leaving some stuff out there that's just wrong as hell, and see who get it. Please challenge the shit I'm saying. Challenge the shit that you think, because you can't challenge me. I know for damn sure you can't challenge yourself, and that's an issue. That's a serious issue. Oh yeah, last thing I want to jump on from this last segment before I jump into the next segment. Lean in to thinking the worst things. Be okay with it. Human is the lie. I'm not telling you to go out there and do something that's going to get your meat bag in trouble. I'm talking about the piece of meat between your ears. The one behind your eyeballs. Fuck with it. Fuck with it. Let all kind of thoughts come up. In fact, lean into some of that stuff in your visualizations, in your meditations. Lean into some of the worst things that you can imagine. Like sometimes with my clients, we'll be dealing with some of the trauma that they had. And I'm like, look, you got to go back there. You got to go back there, man. You pretend like you're not still back there, man. Caught an L in the darkness being something I was not. Oh, yeah, man. You can't be running from that stuff. You can't be running from that stuff. Because, I love Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Captain Sisko. He was talking to the wormhole aliens. They're outside of space-time. They are probably time-space beings. But anyways, they were looking through his memories, and they're like, nigga, why are you still here? Well, no, that happened a long time ago. No, well, why are you still here? We're here. Why are you still in this? Like, you're still agreeing to the stuff. We're still agreeing to the stuff, and you have to go back and look. You have to go back. Let's say you were in a terrible car accident and it traumatized you about cars. I need you to go back there. I need you to go back and explore it wholeheartedly. You ain't got to go out here and discuss it with everybody else in the world, but you got to go back and look at that. For real, look at it. And not just, oh my God, I'm peeking. Eyes wide open, man. Eyes wide open. Bird box. Eyes wide open. What you talking about? All right. I got one more segment on this thing. What's David talking about? When one leans into the darkness, what light are they supposed to catch? The original light. But see, that's the thing people don't forget about darkness. They treat it like shadow. Darkness is the predecessor to light. All right? It's the predecessor. It gives rise to the light. As fast and as fancy as light be, just running around, going all this, doing all that, everywhere light goes, not only is darkness already there, it's been waiting. The darkness is subtle. Because look, I was telling one of my other clients this yesterday. I had the consultation yesterday? Yeah. I was telling them this. There are 3 types of things you're going to find in your darkness. 1 is shit you running from. 2 is shit that's running from you. And 3 is shit that's just sitting there. Look, you want some details? Get a consultation. I'm telling you. I'm doing stuff no one else is talking about. I'm not going to tell you to fast and breathe deep and yoga pose. All right? I even heard somebody tell folks to drink their piss. I hate you niggas sometimes, man. Nihilism and denialism is go-to pitfalls. See, yeah, folks will hit nihilism. Thank you, Cassie. Folks will hit nihilism and it kills them. It destroys them. What do you mean everything I know may not have any meaning? What has meaning? Nothing has meaning. Oh no. And they just turn around and go back to Jesus-ish stuff. There's stuff beyond nihilism, but you gotta lean in. I'm telling you. Because if nothing means anything, then what does that mean? It's a blank piece of paper. Put something on it. But look, it ain't gonna make no difference if you ain't listening to me. What is you? It's the devil's in the details. I can't keep saying the same thing. I mean, I can, but it ain't gonna make no difference if you ain't hit me the first time. Okay, look. On to the next one. This piece has 2 parts to it. I'm gonna catch you halfway through. Talk a little more shit. You know, do the thing, and then jump back into it. Okay. All right, here we go. Here's a line I can quote from 80% of the clients I work with. I get all this spiritual stuff. Really? I get how this occult stuff works. What I want to know is, why am I doing any of this? What does it mean? What's it for? And so, today, on What's the Process, we will explore just that. Right off the bat, ignoring the claim of Cap. And by that claim, what I mean is the claim that you get all this occult stuff, you get all this spiritual stuff. Okay, look, I get that's what you're saying. Cool. I'm not even gonna tell you you're wrong. Really? I'll come back to that. Assuming, yeah, you get all this, you know how this works. The next question to ask, and quite naturally as such, is why? Why does this stuff work? Why does it make a difference? Why does any of this matter? But most importantly, what am I supposed to be doing with this stuff? If that's where you're at, that's the idea we're exploring today. Oh, and also, spoiler alert, this has nothing to do with whether or not you're one of those mythical melanated beings. This has nothing to do with the Black Anunnaki or the Illuminati elite reptilian whatevers. And really, for the most part, this is far beyond the scope of what humanity at large will seek for themselves. Those are all physical world narratives that I don't need to bother determining whether or not they are real at all. Why? Because it's what's behind this world that we are aiming to get at. And there is nothing in this world that can ever impede that, or any place in this world where this process becomes more or less possible or probable to undergo. Said differently, the whole physical world, no matter when, where you are, is an illusion. Like you niggas like to say, it's a hologram. And sure, we all know that, but what's the underlying reality? And honestly, look, fuck the hologram. I don't care what's being projected. Let's have a high-stakes conversation about the projector and the light itself. Let's talk about that, as opposed to saying some woo-woo affirmation or motivation that really a Christian could have said. We want to find the fundamental nature, as opposed to some emergent scenario in the physical realm. Now, honestly, I'll take your claim to being deity at face value. But see, this is what I find. Most of the clients that I talk to, even if I believe what they're saying wholeheartedly, they don't believe it. They'd like to believe it. They really would. But they don't know what it is about their beliefs or how they're believing or what they're doing that's stopping the process. Then you have some that really do swear they believe. But in the moments of truth, they abandon their convictions, and their claim to deity mostly ends up amounting to aesthetics and motivation. And really, in all honesty, The answer is simple. Truly step into and embrace the notion of being the center of your own reality. Not only that, but more to the point, examining how you're choosing to define that you at the center. Something I like to remind my clients of over and over is that the darkness is subtle. By its very nature, it tends to go overlooked. It is not simply the absence of light. It is the predecessor. The claim to chaos is much more than a spooky aesthetic and smoking a black wood on Instagram while saying 666. If you really say you are what you are, then the only thing that can hinder that is you. Oh, but what do I mean by you? Okay, there we go. Clicked the wrong thing there for a second. That's the first part of it. Most of the stuff we've been talking about here. Okay, so it's nothing that's gonna blow your mind if this stuff ain't already blowing your mind. But look, I gotta drill this home. Man. Most people are in this shit for motivation and wish fulfillment. You could have done that with Jesus. All right, this isn't some place to be superhuman or spooky human. No, there's more to this shit. There's much more to this shit. If you're talking self-deification, chaos being, solo practitioner, left-hand path, what you're talking about is retracing the paths of the shaman, of the priesthood. All right, and not just in a place where you're conveying it to motherfuckers who ain't gonna do this. It's for you. What is you? Not the personality, not your meat bag. All right, look, you're gonna have to deal with all that stuff. I'm not telling you throw the baby out with the bathwater. What I'm saying is that stuff is not the focal point. Okay, it's not the focus. I've slowly started laughing at my traumas after focusing on them for so long. Dynamic heretic, yes sir. One little thing I've done before is remember I had one little trauma and I went back. First thing I had to do was kind of blur it so that I could begin to look at it because it was hurting. But after I could wipe away the blur, I started to make that shit funny, man. I look back and laugh at it now. You know, but it's a process. There's a lot of pain in laughter. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. There's a lot of pain in laughter. But I had to shift my agreement to what it was. All right. It's like you sitting there playing a video game and you take it personally that Mario fell down that little hole. Like, chill out, bro. You got lives. It's a game. This shit's gonna happen. Like, people treat trauma like it's something you're not supposed to have. No. I'm sure for the sprout of a tree coming out of its shell, breaking the crust of the earth, is traumatic. Every tree has to do it. It's part of the process. A butterfly coming out of its cocoon, all wet and shit, having to dry off and break through the shell. It's traumatic. It's part of the process. Don't treat trauma like it's something you're not supposed to have. Well, see, this is why they're going to do it. Because what are they agreeing their self is? Come on, man. If I'm sitting there playing a game and I think I'm Mario, I'm gonna, oh no, I don't want to lose health. Oh my God, what are these things running around? I'm just going to stay here at the front of the game and where I'm safe. No, you don't want to do that, man. You don't want to do that. All right, so lean into it. Lean into it because we're talking self-deification. All right, there's the self and the deification. And if you don't get self, the deification ain't going to work. It's just going to be spooky human. The devil's in the details, man. I'm telling you. I'm going to get some interviews on here too as well so you can see some of the clients I've worked with. I mean, I have some sample calls on YouTube. So after the show, feel free to check those out. Check out some of the sample calls. The most recent one I had was with a client named Leon. That was a really great call. I got all three calls from another client I had who Kelvin Chaos. All right, he had the premium call. He had the premium consultation, so the calls are much longer. Well, not premium. It was called the premium at that point, but it's the gold consultation. All right, so the calls are much longer and much more in depth, more detail, more context. Okay, context is king. Context is king. Because you're sitting here with this idea, oh, I'm everything, I'm all things, but you can't really grab that. A roach is all things. All right, the tree is all things. That piece of shit you left in the toilet this morning is all things. It's redundant. You're not saying anything. You want something you can grab a hold of. This is why you keep coming back to human, because you got plenty of context for that. You got all the details of the theology of your existence. You even know the secret knowledge about your existence that nobody else knows as your human personality, right? You got the shit you don't tell nobody. Look at that secret knowledge. You know, I was trying to get the Illuminati secret knowledge, but you got the secretest knowledge of your theology. And you're sitting there caught up on it. Tripping over trauma. Tripping over trauma. Oh, by the way, did y'all see that Rogue Titan picture I had on there? Y'all see that shit? I love that shit, man. Yo, if you missed the series of the Rogue Titan story arc on YouTube, I got the memes. I'm gonna have to put those memes on Gilded, by the way. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put that whole story arc just so niggas can get a grasp of what happened. All right. Also, occult ranting number 10 is where I really hit that shit. I'm telling you, that's where that came to the peak. Whoo, 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 boy. Yeah, I hope you remember the Rogue Titan story arc, Trav. Bro, this shit was hilarious. Yo, that nigga never recovered from those memes. Ever. I'm talking decimated. I know there was one day I hit at least 100 plus memes. Oh my God. I hit at least 100 plus memes. Just slay it. Cause look, y'all motherfuckers be out here like, I meme. No, you don't. Watch me, boy. Watch me do it. I'll slay the hell out of you. Please. You do not meme. You maybe, share somebody else's memes. Every now and then you'll come up with one or two good memes. No, I meme. I am a meme lord. You have no idea. You ain't have to do it like that, but I did. The nigga he didn't get the lesson. He didn't get the lesson. Oh shit, I had to do it like that, Trav. I did. Oh, I'm just waiting for somebody else to act stupid. I'm gonna have to do something. I'm gonna have to do something else. I got to. It's fun for me. Road Titan art was greatness. Ryan Morrow 77. Nice to see you in the chat, sir. And yes, it was. It was. Oh my God, that's so much fun. I'm gonna have to go back and look at that today, just to have some more fun with that shit, man. All hail the meme lord. Yes, please. Yes, please. I take tips in crypto. Here's a tip. Get into crypto. All right. I don't need my customer base to be broke. Y'all about to mess up. Go ahead. Don't believe me, just watch. I done told you before, man. Don't believe me, just watch. But this is the other thing I wanted to get into before I jump into the last part of this segment, okay? I said in the segment that there's no particular place in space-time where this stuff is more or less possible or probable, okay? What I mean by this. Let's say you're playing a phone game, right? You got your phone, you're playing a little game on your phone, right? There's a whole world in that game. All right, it's the appearance of a place. The physical world is the appearance of a place. Super Mario's world is the appearance of a place. Skyrim is the appearance of a place. There's detail, there's context, there's rules. But it's the appearance of a place in terms of the place that you're coming from, okay? So there's no particular place that it's best to play the phone game, all right? You can tap into that realm from anywhere in the physical world. Anywhere, all right? If there is some type of determining factor, what is you? It depends on what you is, don't it? It depends. Maybe you a motherfucker like to lay down and play that game, so the bed is the best place. Maybe you like to walk, so the sidewalk is the best place. Yes, he's a meme lord, killing them, slaying them. Memes are wonderful. Like, they're the playground of allegory and metaphor. If you really want to start changing how you think, really get into it, man. Lean in. Like, don't just try and make something funny too. You can make your own personal memes for your own self. Oh my God, you know what I used to hate? I used to hate when people put their face on their memes. They try to make a little spiritual meme and they put their physical body's face on it. Superhuman shit. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't deify this thing to make it superhuman. It's already its own thing. You already misconstruing how this piece of thing works. You calling it by your given name. Your mama named a little meat bag and you still walking around calling this thing that. It's its own thing. It has its own directive. Like I said before, DNA is the devil. That's the thing that's fucking you up. DNA is the one telling your brain what it's supposed to be doing until you get in there and do it. Well, stop. You sitting here trying to upgrade your DNA. That's so dumb. It's so dumb. Even if that was a thing, it's an emergent property of space-time. It's a symmetry of space-time. It's something in the physical world. Why would you be upgrading that? Your premises of thinking does not start in the physical. It does not start in the physical. Like people will like to call the physical world the third dimension. No. No. Details, kids. It's three-dimensional. I'll give you that. Well, it's experienced three-dimensionally. It's not the third dimension. Why not? Because that would imply dimensionality begins in the physical world, which it does not. The physical world is the residue. It's the end product of an entire unfolding process. Can't do it. Can't do it, but I'm going to have to do it. Look, y'all, let me hit you with the last part of this segment, okay? Last part of this segment. I gave y'all 5 different little clips in this thing, plus a live performance. Nobody do this shit. Don't nobody do this shit, man. Nobody do this shit. You better let them know, bro. Don't believe me, just fucking watch. How about this? For a change. Instead of assuming I'm not talking about you and just already winning and then feeling good about that, it would behoove you to assume that I am most certainly talking about you, because I am. Make the assumption that what is hindering you is you. But see, go further than that. So we want to get to the meat of this here. How are you obscuring your own process? And not some, floofy, floffy thing a Christian could say that basically applies to anything and everything. How are you specifically doing it? Said differently, what are the dynamic inherent forces within you already that by their very nature impede the unfolding process at large? Now, I hear people say the shadow. They have no idea what they're talking about. I hear them say the ego. They have even less of an idea of what they're talking about. Until the natural hindrances of the process are allowed to run their course, the essence of the process will not and cannot come to its complete fruition. Said differently, it's not enough to just know the question and the answer. You need to be able to show your work. Otherwise, you don't really know. And not show your work to other people on your little soapbox on Instagram. Oh, I'm just here to drop a little knowledge and make sure I leave this here so you can pick it up, and it's the way and it's the truth, and I don't really know what I'm saying, but I'm saying it and I'm out here and I'm saying it. Why not just shut the fuck up? Show your work, as in have a clear, high resolution comprehension of how what you say works, and not just the kind of blind faith you had when you were a Christian. I really believe it and I feel it and it resonates. You need to be able to take the scattered pieces of information that you have, because at present they're in a low resolution state. Beginning to flesh out the details is what's going to make all the difference. Generally, this is what I help my clients with. And look, I'll be honest, this doesn't even begin to scratch the surface of what a left-hand path occultist and philosopher actually does. Oh, don't think I forgot your claim to quote-unquote get how all this works. That's cap. This is how I know it's cap. And boy, I swear I'm talking about you. If you had even the smallest feeling that maybe I'm not talking about you, but I swear I'm talking about you. See, this is how I know it's cap. The only way you could say you get all this is if you had some type of a metric to determine when something is or isn't correct. And based on what y'all niggas saying, everybody right. But stop. Said differently, if the only thing you don't get in all of this is the role you're supposed to play, then I can tell you right now, you missed 2 things. The first, as I said, is the metric to determine when something is correct or incorrect. The second, and this is what I specifically emphasize with my clients, what is you? My emphasis has been and will continue to be that it's not what you think, it's how you think. Regardless of how much of the fragmented information you take in from various sources, if the central conception of self is not nailed down, then none of it will ever make sense in a way that you can act out, animate, and embody in your personal experience. Now, I'll say this here, and as usual, I like to suggest the branches of philosophy as various routes of exploration. Occult philosophy is more than conceptual exercise. It is a model to be embodied. That's what you've been looking for. How you're supposed to live in your life. How to be in this reality, or why any of this should matter at all. What is my goal or my purpose? Shit. Ask away. And you know what? I could even give you an answer to that. Wouldn't matter either way though. Why? Because the devil's in the details. And that is what makes the difference. The details. That's exactly why I work with my clients on learning to show their work for themselves and to themselves, and begin to flesh out the details of what it is they actually say they believe, so that they can stand on that and embody it. That way, what was a low resolution collection of fragmented information is worked out into a high resolution framework that can be mastered. Without a sound philosophical basis behind your practice, your methods will remain foolish and unrefined, amounting only to vanity, which you know most of you niggas is okay with, just the aesthetic of darkness. So, to end this off, how does a solo practitioner know what they're supposed to be doing? Well, it depends on whether or not the philosophical basis is sound. A high resolution image as opposed to a low resolution image. Because when you have the image proper, it'll be obvious what you're supposed to do. Why? Because you're gonna know what you are, what reality at large is, and what your continuity is with the two. Beaten. Look, yes, had to finish it off. I had to break that up because it was long. It was a longer segment, but I wanted to make sure the emphasis is where it needed to be, okay? Because look, like I said, you could know the question and the answer, but if you can't show your work, it's for nothing. It's for nothing. And I ain't talking about showing your work to me. I ain't talking about showing your work to me. I'm talking about showing it to you. What most people have these days is a low resolution image on what they believe, okay? Because they were bad Christians to begin with. They get out here trying to be occultists and spiritualists. They bad occultists and spiritualists too. Real shit. I ain't just talking about them and they. I'm talking about you. For real. For real. It's a low resolution image. Most of the sources you're getting information from are archaic and fragmented. Archaic and fragmented. If you're talking self-deification, your image has to be high resolution. That's what I work with clients on. It's taking whatever it is you say you believe. I don't care what it is. You can even say you believe in Jesus. We're gonna get the details for the devil. We're gonna get in there and figure out what that is so that the image is a high resolution image for you so that you can actually embody it. Not just feel confident and motivated about it and use it for wish fulfillment. I'm gonna manifest this. There's so much more than that. Like, stop focusing on trying to manifest stuff. You're already manifest. You're already manifest. What's the focus on trying to manifest everything? Why? Because you don't really believe that shit. It's superhuman stuff. It's superhuman stuff, man. You have to challenge directly what you say you believe. Challenge its integrity. Especially nowadays, because y'all in a place where everybody gets to be right. Everybody gets to be right. And if you challenge somebody, oh man, you're low vibration. I don't debate. Ugh, just clutch your pearls. I don't debate. What? You won't even debate you about what you believe. You're here for the motivation and wish fulfillment. And you could have done that with Jesus. It's a lot easier to do it with Jesus. It really is. You want motivation and wish fulfillment. You need to be slaying yourself. And if you don't know how to start doing that, that's what I'm here for. I'm the collector of dead wood. I prune that shit back. I love it. I love it. I love it more than I love the money. I'm telling you. I love it more than I love the money. If I didn't need the money at all, God, I'd do it. God, I just do it. I just fucking do it. I just take the dead wood all day. Anyways, that high resolution image. That's what you need, okay? As opposed to a collection of fragmented information where you consistently have to keep repeating to yourself, oh, I finally get it. A week later, oh no, now I finally get it. A week later, oh my God, it's all coming together. It's because you have a low resolution image and you just settle for a low resolution image and you keep finding little pieces that connect. You need a high resolution image that you can embody. See, people run from cultures and religions, but that's what these things did for you. That's what cultures and religions did. They told you what you is, they told you what reality at large is, and they told you the continuity between you and that reality. All right, that's what these religions and cultures are for. But then you run away from those and you're trying to build all that shit back up. I'm not telling you can't, but if you honestly don't know that's what you're doing, you're gonna fail. You're gonna sit here in low resolution, impressed with yourself because you're not a Christian anymore. Spooky human, spooky superhuman. It's redundant, okay? Like, this superhuman shit is bullshit. Like, if you're playing a game, once again, and you got to get out of the game, you have to stop playing the game. The solution to that isn't to make a stronger character in the game. That's not how you stop playing the game. You stop. You stop. But you got to know how you're agreeing to it. You got to know how you're agreeing to it. If you don't know the nature of your predicament, you're not going to get out of it. You'll motivate yourself and feel good about having continued to be in it. Oh, I'm all things. You're always all things. Everything's all things. You're not saying anything. That doesn't do anything. Show your work. The question and the answer are easy. Heaven and earth, the question and the answer are easy. What's the ultimate reality? Oh, all things are one thing. Oh, question and the answer are easy. It's almost redundant. Goes without saying. What's the details? Show your work. All right? You got to get into the details. Otherwise, you're wasting your fucking time. I can't say it no more. You're wasting your fucking time. All right? Holla at your boy. Holla at your boy on this stuff, man. Yo, I might change this up a little bit. I really love this show monetizer thing right here, man. I might make this like the thing, you know? I don't know. Got to tweak some stuff. But in the future. Because this shit be hidden, man. This shit be hidden. I got to make it more stormy and weather reporty. But you'll see. Don't believe me, just watch. I'm telling you. Yo, I'm out of here, y'all. I appreciate everybody for sticking around, doing what you do, showing me how it's done. Yeah, I'm gonna end it, man. I'm done. I'm done with this. Y'all have a great motherfucking day. It's my birthday. I'm gonna enjoy it. The clouds are clearing up. The sky is looking better. I'll see you next Monday. You already know the forecast. It's gonna be a shitstorm, man. Know the nature